We're not on. Now we are. Hi there.
We're not on memory set, right?
Well, they can still see what we're doing right now.
Oh,
See? Yeah.
Whoa.
Now we're little.
Now we're live.
Now we're live.
Well, we're not dead. Hello, this is George.
Hey, Bonnie. Another one of those.
And
Nice.
this is Adonai Sanctuary Truth Classroom. September 24th.
Yeah.
We're going to be on chapter 18 when we start talking.
Yeah.
I got a couple things to say. This last week, somebody said something to me that has been puzzling me ever since. It wasn't bad, but it just puzzled me. So I've been thinking about a lot. So I'm going to start out with a little thing I talked about a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago. I'm not smart enough to be your teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not forceful enough to be your leader. I'm not spiritual enough to be your preacher. And I'm not your spiritual mouthpiece. That's why you people must study yourself. See, your eternity depends on it, not mine. Now, I wrote something last week. My sweetie heard it, and she says, "You got to read that." And my brother George, when we met, was it Wednesday or whatever day it was? He says, "You got to read that." So guess what? We're going to read it. Today's society wants fast food type of belief, fast food type of faith, which therefore leads you to a fast food religion that 99.9% of the time actually gets you nothing except the fast food results to hell. Boy, that doesn't sound like a nice way to start out, does it? But it's true. See, knowing Yeshua and following him instead of any one of those imitations may get you down that small road and possibly through Yeshua's small gate. Yet that doesn't get you automatically through Adonai's door. No, people are going to go, where in the world do you think? We will hit that much, much later if we live that long. But I'm telling you, that's a true statement that has never been brought up. Now we're going to start with 18. I believe it's Numbers 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I have to ask my sweetie because I'm already through studying Deuteronomy and into Yeshua, or Joshua. And I'm almost through Joshua, and when I'm studying in the 2-3 hours in the morning, and I come back and read this, I get kind of confused on which book I'm on because I've had so much studying. But anyway, today we're in Numbers 18. And the lesson starts in 18. My sweetie's going to read 18:1.
Adonai said to Aaron, "You, your sons, and your your father's family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. You and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohen."
Can you imagine that, though? Being told it's your responsibility if anything goes wrong in the sanctuary. I've never thought about it before this last week, but that puts an awful lot of responsibility on the people he said that to.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what's happened through centuries of not really worshiping in the sanctuary. It kind of hurts to think that they were responsible. Wouldn't you think that'd be
huge responsibility.
George, don't you think that'd be astronomically important?
That is important.
Well,
Anything, though.
18:1. You and your family will be responsible for anything, and we mean anything, that goes wrong in the sanctuary. Do your job, because your responsibility as Kohanim or priest. Read 18:2, please.
But you are to bring your kinsmen, the tribe of Levi, along with yourselves to work together with you to help you, you and your sons with you, when you are there before the tent of meeting.
The tribe of Levi were called to work with you when you go to the tent of meetings. That's interesting. 18:3, please.
They are to be at your disposal and perform all kinds of tasks related to the tent. Only they are not to come near the holy furnishings or the altar, so that neither they nor you will die.
Now that's kind of interesting and important. See, all my whole life, all 75 years, people have said the Levitical priesthood is what has been the priest from the beginning of the Hebrews. That's what I've always heard that. Haven't you heard that? We've all heard that.
Everybody preaches it.
What does it say here? The tribe of Levi were called to work with you when you go to the tent of meetings. Have we all heard that the Levitical priesthood came from Aaron? Yet in this verse, they seem to have started to have opposite duties. Serve the Kohen or Aaron and the other Kohen to perform tasks for the tent. One goes into the tent while the Levites, were not to come near the altar or any holy furnishings. Isn't that what you read? So that they nor Aaron would die. They wouldn't die if the Levites did their job. I'm kind of confused, because I can't say that the Levites aren't supposed to be working there later on. But I'm telling you, right now it seems like somebody has things messed up in the preachings of today.
What it sounds like.
According to Numbers, when Aaron was performing his work in the tent of meetings, my sweetie's going to read 18:4.
They will work together with you in your duties related to the tent of meeting, whatever the service in the tent will be. But an unauthorized person is not to come near you.
When you are performing your duties, Aaron, remember, only authorized individuals are to come near you. For if any unauthorized person comes near you while you're working, they will find the same fate as those other Levites did, those 250. Remember them? Aaron, take charge of the altars. What he's saying? Read 5, please.
You are to take charge of all the holy things and the altar, so that there will no longer be anger against the people of Israel.
That way you, Aaron, are in charge of all the holy things. That way the anger towards the Hebrews might not be there. Interesting. 18:6 really points out what the tribe of Levi's calling really is. Read 6, please.
I myself have taken your kinsmen, the Levites, from among the people of Israel. They have been given as a gift to Adonai for you, so that you can perform the service in the tent of meeting.
Adonai himself, Adonai has picked the Levitim, or the Levites, from all the people of Israel. The Levites are a gift to Adonai for Aaron. Isn't that what it
That's
says?
exactly what it says.
Now, I never noticed that before. Well, I did when I was studying here. It's it's a gift to Adonai for Aaron. Why? So you, Aaron, can do your job of service in the tent of meeting. That's why the job is so important.
Mm-hmm.
When you go on, you will see that Aaron and his sons are to be not just kind of special, but we would call them extremely special. Called to perform the service. Interesting. Read 7, please.
You and your sons with you will exercise your prerogatives and duties as Kohen in regard to everything having to do with the altar and within the curtain. I entrust the service required of Kohen to you. The unauthorized person who tries to perform it is to be put to death.
Now, if Aaron and his sons are so special that they can perform the duties in the tent, in the sanctuary, this is actually talking about the Levites. As Kohanim, priests, and anyone else, if they go in there and perform anything, is to do what? Be put to death, unless they are a priest. That puts another damper on the Levitical aspect. Read 8, please.
Adonai said to Aaron, I myself have put you in charge of the contributions given to me. Everything consecrated by the people of Israel I have given and set aside for you and your sons. This is a perpetual law.
Aaron hears from Adonai. Aaron, you are in charge of whatever they give to me. Everything for you and your son, a perpetual, a never-ending or changing law for the contributions from the people of Israel, the Hebrews. 18:9 states how important Aaron and his sons are to be to Adonai. Read 18:9, please.
Here is what is to be yours. Here is what is to be yours of the especially holy things taken from the fire. Every offering you make, that is, every grain offering, sin offering, and guilt offering of theirs that they turn over to me will be especially holy for you and your sons.
Especially holy things taken from the fire. Every grain offering, sin offering, and even every guilt offering that they give to me will be especially holy to you, Aaron, and your sons. How important are Aaron and his son? That seems like it's an odd question. They aren't just a priest. Read 10, please.
You are to eat it in an especially holy place. Every male may eat it. It will be set apart for you.
eat it in a especially holy place. Every male may eat it. Why? Because it is set apart for you, every male. But what about the females? Well, my honey's going to read 11.
Also yours is the contribution of the people of Israel. Give in the form of a wave offering. I have given these to you, your sons and your daughters with you. This is a perpetual law. Everyone in your family who is clean may eat it.
That brings the women in. The wave offering is given to you, your sons and your daughters, who is clean. Any one of your family who will be able to eat it if they are clean. Again, that is a never-ending law. Read 12 and 13, please.
All of the best of the olive oil, wine, and grain, the first portion of what they give to Adonai, I have given to you. 12 and 13, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The first produce to turn ripe of all that is in their land, which they bring to Adonai, is to be yours. Every clean person in your family may eat it.
The gift. That's the best olive oil, best wine, grain. I give to you and yours as long as they and you are clean. Your family then can eat it. Read 14, please.
Everything in Israel which has been consecrated unconditionally is to be yours.
Everything, everything, unconditionally, that has been consecrated is yours. That puts a real big exclamation
Pretty
point.
clear,
On that.
yep.
Read 15 and 16.
Everything that comes first out of the womb of all the living things which they offer to Adonai, whether human or animal, will be yours. However, the firstborn of a human being you must redeem, and the firstborn of an unclean beast you are to redeem. The sum is to be paid for redeeming anyone a month old or older is to be 5 shekels of silver, or 2 ounces, as you value it, using the sanctuary shekel, that is the same as 20 gerahs. That's the
Sounds
end of
good to me.
16.
The first human and animal will be yours. You are to compensate for their faults by way of redeeming the human and the unclean animal, firstborn as well, and what the cost of their redemption is. My sweetie read it. But how about 17? Not all animals. Read 17.
But the firstborn of an ox, sheep, or goat you are not to redeem. They are holy. You are to splash their blood against the altar and make their fat go up in smoke as an offering made by fire, as a fragrant aroma for Adonai.
That says not the ox, the sheep, or a goat. Why? Because they are holy, therefore sprinkle their blood against the altar and have their fat be a smoke which is a fragrant aroma for Adonai. Read 18 and 19, please.
Their meat will be yours, like the beast that is waved and the right thigh. They will be yours. All the contributions of holy things which the people of Israel offer to Adonai, I have given to you, your sons, and your daughters with you. This is a perpetual law, an eternal covenant of salt before Adonai for you and your descendants with you.
Every meat, all the contributions they give to me, Adonai, I give to you, your sons and daughters. This is a never-ending law. It also stated a eternal, that's eternal covenant of salt. That's what it said, right?
Yep.
Why salt? How about if we go to Leviticus 2:13? My sweetie's going to read that.
You are to season every grain offering of yours with salt. Do not omit it from the grain offering, the salt of the covenant with your God, but offer salt with all your offerings.
That was a regulation set up in Leviticus 2:13 for every grain offering. Salt with every offering. The same as it states here in Numbers 18 verse 19. How about the dividing of the Holy Land? My sweetie's going to read 20.
Adonai said to Aaron, you are not to have any inheritance or portion in their land. I am your portion and inheritance among the people of Israel.
No land! And she stated why. Because he states, I, Adonai, am your portion. Actually, I wrote underneath that, wow.
Wow.
Yes, your inheritance from among the Israelites. How exciting is that to hear? I, Adonai, am your portion. Now that should jump right out and grab them, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be an exciting thing to hear.
To hear? Oh, without a doubt.
Then Adonai gives instructions about the tribe of Levi. Oh no, it's a Levitical priesthood. We've heard that for centuries. Read 18, 21, and 22, please.
To the descendants of Levi I have given the entire tenth of the produce collected in Israel. It is their inheritance in payment for the service they render in the tent of meeting. From now on, the people of Israel are not to approach the tent of meeting, so that they will not bear the consequences of their sin and die.
No Hebrew is to approach the tent of meetings, or they will bear the consequences of their sin and die. It's getting kind of exciting now. The truth coming out. Read 23, please.
Only the Levites are to perform the service in the tent of meeting, and they will be responsible for whatever they do wrong. This is to be a permanent regulation through all your generations. They are to have no inheritance among the people of Israel.
See, only the Levites are to perform their duties in the tent. Remember what their job and duties were? Read 151, please.
Numbers.
Yes, Numbers 151.
When the tabernacle is to be moved onward, it is the Levites who are to take it down and set it up in the new location. Anyone else who involves himself is to be put to death.
That work was to be done by the Levites. It was the Levites' job only. And I think it gets kind of important, because it says anyone else trying to do their job must die. I guess it's kind of an important job. Kind of scary.
And they've seen that happen.
You got to
if they
know
disobey.
what your job was. All right, my sweetie's going to read 24.
Because I have given to the Levites as their inheritance the tenth of the produce which the people of Israel set aside as a gift for Adonai. This is why I have said to them that they are to have no inheritance among the people of Israel.
That is what we have been told our whole life. The Levites received the tithes of the produce given to Adonai. The gift Israel gives to him. They need no land to grow their food, and they are to, well, read 25 and 26, please.
Adonai said to Moses, tell the Levites, when you take from the people of Israel the tenth of the produce which I have given you from them as your inheritance, you are to set aside from it a gift for Adonai, 1/10 of the tenth.
Just like the other Hebrews, they are to tithe on their inheritance a gift for Adonai. Read 27, please.
The gift you set aside will be accounted to you as if it were grain from the threshing floor and grape juice from the wine vat. 27.
27, yeah, what I said.
That's it. I thought you just said 27.
When you Levites do that, it will be like you give to Adonai what you brought from your crops on the threshing floor, or juice from the winepress. Read 28, please.
In this way you will set aside a gift for Adonai from all your tents that you receive from the people of Israel. And from these tents you are to give to Aaron the Kohen the gift set aside for Adonai.
In this way your tithe is to go to Aaron the priest as their inheritance set aside for Adonai. Now, that's interesting. I like the way it's stated there. For
Yeah.
Adonai.
Mm-hmm.
By the workers of the tent of meeting, the Levites. Interesting. 29 through 30, please.
From everyone given to you, you are to set aside all that is due Adonai, the best part of it, its holy portion. Therefore you are to tell them, when you set aside from it its best part, it will be accounted to the Levites as if it were a grain offering from the threshing floor and grape juice from the wine vat.
You are to tithe the best from the Hebrews that they give you, that is due to Adonai, given to the priest. Therefore Aaron and his sons the best part, because your gift is to be the holy portion. That tithe will be like no others, coming from your wine press or from the field. They're supposed to tithe their best of what they've been given. Read 31, please.
You may eat it anywhere, you and your households, because it is a payment in return for your service in the tent of meeting.
The Levites and their household may eat what's left as their payment for services rendered in the tent of meeting. Maybe the important part is next. Because you set apart the best parts, it better be the best part. If it's not, then you're committing a sin because of it. Read 32, please.
Moreover, because you will have set aside from its best parts, you will not be committing any sin because of it. For you are not to profane the holy things of the people of Israel, or you will die.
If it's not the best part, read the last part of 32 again, please.
For you are not to profane the holy things of the people of Israel, or you will die.
In other words, that would be you are profaning the holy things of the people of Israel, what they gave you, their best part. You are to give Aaron the best part of the best part. You are not to profane the holy things. If you do, you will die. Plain and simple.
Very.
If not the best, even the best from the Levites, for Adonai, to the priest, Aaron and his sons, if not the best, they will die. Kind of, I've never heard it pointed out so much before. I've never heard it been so strict as what it really says. It's kind of a important message on how it's a perpetual law, regulation, I don't care what you want to put it, But it's kind of important.
Kind of.
And if it's that important, why would you stop? If you weren't influenced by some outside activity, whether it be a denominational philosophy or church doctrine. Let's put it this way. You're supposed to follow Yeshua, not the pretend guy or the pretend name. And these are just the rules for the Hebrews. Kind of interesting.
Carol said, very important.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Sure
I don't
is.
know what you put on there. Got a hand with something hanging on.
Oh, looks like it's clapping, maybe.
Oh, it's clapping.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. To me, it was kind of a nonchalant reading until I started really studying it.
Yeah, it's amazing what you find in that one
And
book.
it was
Every
so
chapter.
it was so simple when I first wrote it down. Adonai opened my eyes when I was writing, and then when I went over it again, it's like he went, "Hey, dummy, pay attention." So should you. And like I said, if you don't study, you better, because it's your eternity. Have a great week. Maybe we'll see you next week.